So welcome one, welcome all. I appreciate you guys taking some time out of your busy days to jump into our KV Core webinar here today. Okay. Now this is our success meetup. This is for you guys to kind of grasp and use and really kind of master this system. Like get laser focused with it. Okay. And today I want to talk about something that we here at the training team like to call the magic bullet, known as hashtags with your lead engagement. So one of the things here in KV Core, some of you have probably already recognized it, is that within each of your contacts, you can have something called a hashtag associated with the contact. This is something we've probably brought up to you before. You're probably well aware of it. Okay. But something that not a lot of agents or users of this platform kind of recognize is just how much lead engagement you can get out of a simple hashtag. And today we're going to create a new hashtag because it's easy, but use that new hashtag with a bunch of tools. I'm talking about one, the lead capture part of it, two, the lead engagement and the lead follow-up, and three, the assortment, the allotment, the way you can navigate your database with these hashtags. In fact, I think I might put it in reverse to kind of show off how all of this will work for you. So if you ever look at a contact and you need to add a hashtag, it's always actually, I would say, fairly easy. And that's going to be something that I want to emphasize here today. But what we're going to do is we're going to call the hashtag magic bullet. All right. Is that how you spell bullet? I could be wrong. Regardless, we're putting it in there. Okay. So this is going to be our hashtag, even if I misspelt it. What we're going to do with this, though, is show you all of the different ways you can set it up. And of course, you can just go into a lead, manage their hashtags, okay? But you can also do this on a larger scale. When you go over to your CRM, okay, hence the name, Contact Resource Manager, this is going to allow you to manage, okay, the hashtags with these contacts. And here's the extra bit that you should all know. Check these boxes next to people's names, and over under the More Actions tab in your CRM, add hashtags. Use the same one that you just created. All right. I'm going to put in magic bullet, not bullet, bullet. All right. And when we update this, I feel like I misspelled it. I could be wrong, though. I'm just going to Google it just to see. All right. Okay. I think I'm going off of an old movie, but regardless, here we have it. All right. So you've got your magic bullet. You've got this tool, the hashtag that you can apply to a bunch of leads. And one of the best things that you can do with this is to say, apply some kind of reasoning behind these hashtags. Bullet, there you go. You know what I'm going for, though. Thanks there, Kim. The idea is that when you use these filters, you can sort out for a contact for any number of reasons, as well as contacts that are under a specific hashtag. But I'm going to give you some ideas, some recommendations, and what can help with this. So maybe something that you do there is you try to find leads that maybe don't have certain aspects, or maybe they're missing something like no phone numbers. So right here, why don't I try and apply this filter, just a simple filter, right? And I'll apply it there, and I'll see that these contacts, all of the ones that I'm seeing right now, simply don't have a phone number. And you know what I could do with this? Apply those hashtags again. But instead of the misspelt magic bullet, what I'm going to do is under More Actions, I'm going to add a hashtag called no phone. That's it. Boom. We get that set up. We associate that with these leads. So now every time I look at the contact, I know that. Or I could sort communication because of this. I can build out engagement because these leads have no phone number. Another filter or another idea that you might want to use, let's clear this one out. Let's start anew. Maybe you filter out for contacts because of their behavior, like no search alert, no market report, or no campaign. We'll try the one that has no market reports. So I'll toggle this on, and I can apply this filter, go back to this here, check these boxes next to the names again, right? Or again, all of them. Go under more actions, add that hashtag of maybe, let's just say, let's make this one no market reports, NMR, no market reports. Boom, that's the hashtag I added. Now, because of this here, with each of these contacts having hashtags assigned to them, it is helping me organize them. Now, there are tools in this system that can allow or help you engage with these leads. And those tools are usually just found in your marketing tab here. What tools am I talking about? Well, first, let's make it easy. Schedule mass emails, right? Schedule a mass email to go out to that group that has that specific hashtag. And I'm using some of the ideas that I've just implemented. So I'll click on Get Started, okay? And I'll schedule an email. And I'm going to send this to, say, contacts from a Say filter, or in this case, contacts that have a specific hashtag, such as the one that I just attached with the no market reports, NMR. Boom. So this could be 5 contacts, this could be 100, this could be 1,000. It really doesn't matter the number. It just matters that these hashtags are attached to them. And following up with that, I could build out the email, or I could use one of the templates, just, for understanding's sake here, right? I'm engaging with Steve, I'm engaging with Maria, I'm engaging with Hector or whoever. Well, keep this in mind. Merge text, right? Utilize that with your hashtags as well. Whenever you're sending out engagement, this makes it that much easier. And because of this here, okay, it's going to engage on a one-to-one basis, but I schedule this to go out. Let's set up tomorrow, okay? Just using tomorrow at, let's go for noon. Include my signature, schedule this to go out. Oh, need to put in a test or a subject. So let's throw this in there. And so this is going out tomorrow. But as of right now, right, it's only going out to those leads with that hashtag. And the estimated number is 5. But if I go back over to my CRM here, and like looking at Dwayne, right, he already has a market report, so this wouldn't be ideal for him. But the idea is that if I add that hashtag, right, if I go into Dwayne, or if I just do it under more actions, and I add that hashtag known as NMR, update it, add it in. Well, if I go back to the marketing and I go back to my scheduled mass emails, that number is going to increase the amount. Okay, this estimated number is just estimated right now. Tomorrow, maybe I have 2 more that fit this criteria. The day after, 3 more. Well, it's going to keep growing. Now, one of the best ways I think you can use the scheduled mass email tool, simply put, they want to know a newsletter. They want to receive a newsletter there. Okay. So Leanne, you're wondering, can you preview what you're sending out prior to the send? No, not entirely. No, you can't. However, you can always just test it out on yourself, Leanne. And this is actually one of those things that kind of goes back to the basics of training. We always recommend that you add in like a test lead so you can see how the email is going to be sent out, right? But just so you know, whenever you do send an email out, like with Dwayne or whoever, you can always preview it whenever that email has been sent. So while you can't necessarily preview it before it sends out there, Leanne, you can preview it if you send it to yourself. Okay. Kim, I'll take that to heart there. I'll try and slow it down a bit here for you, but just keep in mind that this is all going to be recorded, placed on our YouTube channel. So if you're having trouble of seeing what I did, and I will repeat the process here, you can review it there. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't mean to confuse you at all. Okay. But keep this in mind. What I'm doing, right, just to kind of repeat this entire process, what I've done so far is I use these filters. I tried to find a set group of contacts with a specific piece of criteria behind them, right? Remember under the contact details, I looked up contacts that said had no phone. Or what I just did with the behavior is I looked up those contacts that don't have a market report. I applied it. And so when that filter got pushed through, I checked all these boxes next to their names, or this one right next to first name. And under the more actions part to this, I added a hashtag. Oh, let me see if I can grab my water here. Sorry, guys. All right. So after these hashtags attached, I went through over to my marketing and I built out some scheduled mass emails. Now we don't just have to stop there, right? We went into the email, we scheduled it, we chose the criteria in which I was sending it to those leads with hashtag NMR, no market report. All right. And that's how I engage with them. Another piece to this, though, all right, and I'm going to say this right now to you, is preempting the hashtags, building out marketing material specifically for hashtags that you want to create and associate with leads before they even become leads. And that can be done usually with smart campaigns. Maybe just have something ready so that you don't have to come back in here week after week, month after month. You can just go in, click on Manage Campaigns, set one up in specific for leads that have such and such hashtag, whatever it is. Remember, it's up to you to decide what that hashtag is. And I'll review this with you. I'll walk you through the entire process of creating a campaign specifically for those hashtags. So when I click on the add portion here, I can set it up for those contacts in which their hashtag is NMR, boobly doobly, anything else in between. And so when I click on this, I'll just set it up. There we go. That's it. Can I add other pieces to this? Absolutely. I'll even mention here, you can combine it with advanced triggers here. And so I could do it when the hashtag is NMR. And then also, maybe the source of the lead is from my direct website. So this way I know that they haven't gotten a market report, yet they've been to my website. So they already know where my website is. They know what it is. I can market it to them and I can make sure that they get a market report if they're interested. Now, keeping this in line when you create these campaigns, I'll walk you again through the entire process. What I'm doing is I'm preemptively creating marketing material for these leads that have the hashtag attached to them. And keeping this in tune with whatever you guys want to use here, right? I go to the next area. Is this going to be for buyers? Is this going to be for sellers? Is this going to be for anyone in between? I choose. Kim, I see your question. You said, is there a way to set up next action? For example, like after they sign up for a market report, remove the hashtag? Yes, there is. You're thinking on the next level there, Kim. You can do that. You can remove tags via a campaign and you can add tags via a campaign as well. And because of that there, Kim, remember this logic, a lead has to have this hashtag added. If they have this hashtag removed, what can happen? Well, the next campaign starts, the follow-up, or it removes this first one and then it moves on to the next one. So you can have these back to back to back to back to back. Maybe you create a campaign like first year lead, where that first year you have all these pieces of information. And then after that first year's up, after day 365, you go on to the next campaign. And then maybe you have a second year campaign, and then a third year campaign, or then a finishing up campaign for leads that are just not interested. All right. I'll make sure to share that with you at the end there, Nina, but you can just go search Inside Real Estate on YouTube and you'll find us. Okay. Now, continuing on, okay, you choose who it's designed for, and then you're going to set the details. I'm going to call this the No Market Report campaign. Okay. For contacts that registered on my site and have hashtag NMR attached. Okay. Now these areas here that you see always run and locked, I'm going to be honest with some of you. It's going to be kind of in your own decision making and your own idea how you want this campaign to keep on attaching to leads, specifically with always run. If you don't know what always run means, if you set it to yes within a smart campaign, that means you want this campaign to attach to a lead, okay, that already has a campaign. Meaning you don't care if this campaign is also on the same lead at the same time with another campaign on that very same lead. Honestly, if I was trying to do some overlap, like with what Kim asked there, like if you can have it like remove a tag and add a tag and continue back to back to back, honestly, I would set it always run to yes. But if I don't want too much communication, if I don't want to bombard the lead with too much information or have so many tasks or phone calls, I may set this to no. But again, this is up to you guys. I can't be there to make the decision for you, but there are benefits. There are pros and cons to each. For this case, though, I'm going to leave it to yes. And in my honest recommendation, if I'm doing something with hashtags, I think you kind of should. But again, it's up to you. The next area here, we choose who, or I'm sorry, we just review the campaign and then we finish. Okay. What I'm going to do here is finish this up. It's going to be created. I'm going to search for it because as you guys can see, I have over 70 campaigns. Yeah, I've got a lot. And I'm going to just bring it up. There it is. Now we're not done specifically with the campaigns. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to select some actions there. I'm going to need to make sure that the follow-up is there. Sierra, what the locked means again is that if you want this campaign in particular to attach to a lead that already has a smart campaign and you want them running at the same time on the same lead. If you don't, you'll set it to no. If you do, you'll set it to yes. Now, we're going to go into the campaign itself. Okay. And what we need to do is we need to have the actions. What's going to take place? Okay. So the idea here is that you got to think, do I want to engage on a day-to-day? Do I want to engage just once a week? Do I want this to be more of me taking the initiative? So you're going to look at these actions here. And you could start them off by emails and text messages. But going back to Kim there, asking, can you add or remove tags? Do you see this right here, Kim? You can. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do your idea. I'm going to enact the removal of the NMR hashtag on day 365. So this is going to be that year-long campaign. So in that time frame, I'm going to look for specific hashtags, NMR. There we are. Remove NMR tag on 365. 635? No, 365. And then the time unit, I need to select days. And then the value, I could just type it in or I could search for it. I'm just going to put in 365. All right. See where I'm going with this now? See what's happening? So if I were in your shoes, Kim, what I'm doing here right now is I'm going to have this hashtag removed on day 365. But in between now and then, this campaign would then attach to a lead. It'll be a part of that lead and it'll stay on top of that lead from now until that point, day 365. In between now and then, though, let's send some emails out. Okay. I'm just going to throw in a template. Let's just put in this one. Test one. Name it test one. And this will be from me, the agent, to the contact. I won't have this run immediately, but I'll select the time unit again for days and we'll go for 7. Boom. There we are. Save changes, update it and add it. Oh, just put it in. Save the change. Okay. So in between now and day 365, I do have an email going out. Now it could be emails, but I think some of these campaigns, one of the best things you can do is not just engage the leads, but engage yourself. You know, those calls, those tasks that you get on the dashboard there. Okay, you'll see them again, calls, tasks. Why not add some of that to these campaigns. So, at this point in time, let's just say I'm going to add in a call. Okay. We'll call this the first call for NMR. There we have it. All right. Call for the first time to reach out to NMR lead to see if they want a MR for market report at this time. All right. And I'll set it up as a task reminder. Okay. With calls, you have this option. For now, I'm just going to recommend you stick with that. Don't use the call me option. I'm not going to have this run immediately. This is going to be on day 30. So I'll just type it out here. Boom. Save the change. We're good to go. So because of this, on day 30, the system's going to recognize that. And I could do this like every 30 days, on day 60, day 90, day 120, day 150, and keep it going. But beyond that, right, maybe I set up a task for myself. And what this is, I'll call this task, the template named NMR task. And I'll set this up with a task reminder that this lead has no market report. Prepare communication or manual communication to follow up and see if they would like a market report. All right. NMR task, I'm going to name it the same as the action. The time unit there, it's going to be immediately, actually. We're going to have this immediate because I want to know about this. So every time a lead gets this campaign attached to them, okay, we have that action. We have this task sending the notification to me. I'm going to see it right there on my dashboard. I'm going to receive a daily email telling me about all these tasks that have come through. Now, you preemptively create the campaign so that it's set up and ready for those contacts that come in from that source that have that hashtag attached to them. What do we need to do? Anyone want to take a wild guess? I'm not expecting anyone to have the answer, but if we want to get this going for leads, first we need to turn the campaign on. All right. Then we need to get leads from that source with that hashtag. So you can go test this out on your own. But what I'd like to do is set up some lead capture tools specifically designed around that criteria. One of the tools that this is probably easiest with are squeeze pages. Okay. And squeeze pages here, when you select your website, you start building. You could do this for multi-property squeeze pages. You could do it for seller report squeeze pages or market report. There we go. I'm going to do this with the multi-property one. I'll just select the location of my county here in San Diego. Give it a second to load. We'll do the county. All right. I'm not going to apply anything else to this. I'm really going to keep this general, but the page configuration, this is where you need to start setting things up. The source, well, remember the campaign? Remember why that campaign is going to start, right? The no MR campaign. There we are, right? It starts because this hashtag is added and the source is from the direct website. So when I create this squeeze page, where are we? Where was it? There it is. Direct source, direct website. Yep. Okay. Just type it out. Hashtag NMR. And following up with that there. Okay. I'll just use any kind of photo there. I don't really care. So I'm going to generate this. Okay. And now people, when they go to this page, when they go and view this set of links, the set of listings, the set of properties, or whatever they do now, they go in and they register here. They save a property. Let's just pretend I'm Kim actualbullet at gmail.com. Register, throw in a fake number. Don't worry, I'm not going to call you there. And they put in their information. They're going to come through. We're going to see them on our dashboard. Going to get added into the CRM. They're going to have that hashtag attached with them. And because of that, because of their source, you're going to see this come through. You do not have to go through the same exact method with me. If you want to just stick with the hashtags as the option, I recommend doing just that. Because with your marketing content, your smart campaigns, all of that, it can stick just with that information. Now, we'll give this a moment here because Kim is just coming into the platform. She's getting collected as a contact. But if you ever want to test this yourself, right, put your own test lead in here, right? Build this out. We'll go for, let's just go for Leanne this time. Throw in that email. Oh, I think I misspelt your name there, Leanne. Let me just make sure. Okay, at gmail.com. I'm going to have permission to call, text, and email you. I'll make sure that your source is from the direct website. All right, I own you. You're going to be under the new lead status, and I'm going to attach you. All right. Following into that, all I need to do now is attach that hashtag, NMR. So you can do this multiple ways, guys. You don't just have to capture leads with it. You can do this yourself. But getting this attached, give it a second to load. Well, making sure that I have my campaign on. I believe I do. Close out of this here. So many on. Yep. Okay. Okay. So we'll give it a second to load. But Leanne, you're going to have this campaign market to you. Is that direct website what your KV Core is set up with? Can we add personal sites? Yes, you can there, Sierra. As long as you have captured a lead from that specific source, that is an option. Okay. I maybe should have stayed away from the source per se, because I do want you guys to focus more on the hashtags. But yes, Sierra, if you get a lead from a specific source, it can apply. All right. So it may not be attached just as of yet, but we'll make sure that it gets there. And there it is. You see that? Leanne, I'm marketing to you. You're the lead with no market report right now, right? So these are some options for you. Now, to repeat kind of what I've talked about here, I set up some filters, right? I looked for certain kinds of contacts, different reasonings, no phone, no market report, different types of behavior. Another way you can do this too is for certain locations. Why don't you look up leads that are, say, interested in a specific city and apply a filter for that? All right. All right. I've got 5 leads there. Maybe I put a hashtag associating these leads right there, right? Oceanside. Interest. Boom. Update the tag. There we have it. So those leads are telling me they're interested in Oceanside. And now I either create marketing to go out to those contacts, or I preemptively set it up so that it goes out to those leads. Okay. So keep this in mind. Your magic bullet in this system is KV Core's hashtags. Making sure you have communication built out for those leads. And then use tools like squeeze pages or landing pages, or even some text codes, and apply it so that when those leads are captured, they have those hashtags so that they can be set up right away with your communication. All right, guys. So I like going over things with you, but I also like offering you some time to maybe get some ideas out there and ask some questions. That is that time. If you have some questions, let me hear it. I know you've asked a few already, but these are some ideas. Maybe you've got some. If you want to bounce some ideas off of me, I'm definitely willing to answer that. But beyond that there, okay, use hashtags, okay? All righty, folks. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, feel free to start using this information. Okay. Remember, I've got that Q&A tool. I've got the chat tool. And while I'm waiting, or while I'm waiting for some of those questions, I'm going to share our YouTube channel. Can you use multiple hashtags on one campaign? Yeah, you can actually there, David. You can. So one of the things that you can do, I believe, is when you go over to the marketing, you set up a smart campaign. What you maybe want to do is you want to create a campaign with 2, 3, 4, however many triggers, hashtag, hashtag, and hashtag. So maybe you've got hashtag 1, hashtag 2, and hashtag 3 that need to be met. Now you just use those numbers. All right. So it will only attach to those contacts that have all 3 of those hashtags. If they don't, David, then this campaign isn't for them. If they have hashtag 1 and 2, but not 3, it won't attach. Or vice versa. They have hashtag 2 and 3, but not 1, it will not attach. There you go. Molly, you've asked, what are some examples of hashtags that we can use? Molly, anything. Anything. Okay. I gave you some examples with like abbreviations like no market report, or maybe you spell it out with hashtag no phone, right? I like capitalizing the first letter of some of those. Okay. But again, this is up to you to decide which hashtags you want there. Okay. Leanne, you said totally understand the hashtag usage and under the alerts. How many active listings are sent out in each email? Leanne, I believe the limit there in those listing alert emails are like 5 or 6 listings, depending on, of course, if there are that many. If there are more than 6 in our listing alert emails, they do not receive those in the email itself, but the emails do contain a link in them that provides all of the results that fit that alert. Okay. Nina, you said you were sharing the YouTube channel. Yeah, no, I'm getting it for you there, Leanne. Just give me a second here. All right, just was answering the questions. Thanks for holding me accountable. Let me get the channel here. Or can I not? There we go. There you go. Hop on in there. I'll get that. I'll get this recording up there at least by tomorrow. Okay. Need some time to process these videos on Zoom and whatnot. And there's also other videos. I'm one of many trainers there. So Nina, you might get Heather, who's like a marketing guru. She knows how to like get leads to respond to you and get simple actions and stuff like that. And that's just one of her many expertises. But there's Heather, there's Christina, there's Marielle, there's Brett. We all go over different topics every single one of these success meetups. Okay. Sierra, you can there, Sierra. And I'm not trying to advertise or market anything, but if you want to have somebody do this for you, check out our lead concierge service or our done for you services. We can set up some custom campaigns and things like that for you as well. Leanne, you've asked another follow-up. You said, can you select a few listings that you want to send to customers that will hook their interest instead of the usual daily push? Yes, you can. This is through a different method though, Leanne. Excuse me. So over in your listings tab, you can like find the properties that you want to use, right? Like the ideal listings. Maybe it's pool homes, maybe it's listings that fit, certain criteria, your searches, whatever it is. Okay. But once you find them, let's just apply. Let me look for property types that are single family homes. Again, this is in your listings tab. So I'm using the filter there. Where is it? Single family. Yeah, there we are. Maybe keywords. Let's do pool. Indoor pool, an in-ground pool, an outdoor pool. Let's do an outdoor pool. And I'm going to look in the location of Carlsbad. Give it a second to load. There we are. Okay. And I'm going to apply this filter. Oh, really? Nothing? Okay, let me just move the pool features. Let's try this. Okay. So I've got some listings there. All right. So I'll select those properties. And then I can send them an email with that specific list via a link. Okay. So we'll send out those properties there to the contact or contacts that you want to send this out to. Let's look for Dwayne. Okay. Other pieces or other contacts. Let's try Chris. No, not Chris. Chris. There we are. Just go with Chris Enamade. And then we send this out. Oh. Send it. All right. Now, this is obviously pretty simple there, Leanne, but what I just did is I sent those 4 properties to those contacts. And so if I open up Dwayne again, there it is. They view it. They click on those listings. They click on that link. And it brings just those properties that I've sent, just those 4. Okay. So if you want to like find some properties that you feel like your leads might like, that's a great way to do that. Though, again, this isn't really the topic of what I was talking about here today. Maybe you apply hashtags, right? Remember those leads that say have a certain type of hashtag? All right. See under more actions, I can check those boxes next to those leads. And instead of having to, find each of those contacts, I could send these to those leads that are interested. Let me just select these. Under more actions here, I email it to the contacts that have hashtag NMR or Oceanside interest. Where was it? There it is. Perfect. There you go. There you go. You know what I'm going for, Leanne. So some ideas, right? The hashtags really are that magic bullet. They can utilize so many different functions in KV Core. And that was something I didn't even think about today. Anything else spring to mind there, guys? Any other questions? Any other ideas? If not, feel free to head off. But yeah, I'm glad I got a lot of you guys being interactive with me here today. Just because sometimes we host these and sometimes people aren't really too in tune with reaching out. But I'm glad you got a lot out of it. It seems like you guys have some ideas set, got some plans. Sierra, I hope you're back. All right. And, generally we host these every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Granted, we got Thanksgiving coming up here, folks. So we might not be hosting this Thanksgiving week, but yeah, review some old videos. We got a playlist too. So glad to see you guys here. It's good. Thanks for all the feedback. I appreciate it. All right. Well, I'm going to let all of you go then. No questions are coming through. You have a good one. Oh, Molly, I'm sorry. I see you said, can I create a new template or my new template for a campaign? Absolutely. Molly, if you go back into your marketing tab, within the smart campaigns, you can either build them out within the campaigns themselves, or you can go set up your templates on your own. Go create yours. Okay. And David, you've asked another follow-up. You said, can you add that same hashtag for property alerts and they will be set up correctly? So Oceanside then gets set up on a property alert for Oceanside? Yes, actually, yes. That's something I don't really think of, but what you can do there, David, is in the marketing tab, the same area you find those smart campaigns, you can set up search alerts and build those out. Create an alert for Oceanside interest, right? You can set up a search alert for that location, for those listing types, for that criteria. But that is in your marketing tab. And instead of having to do it one by one there, David, just go over, create an alert, and set it up for those leads that have hashtag Oceanside interest. Whoops. Didn't mean to click on that. There you have it. Set it up for the location, put in the criteria, and set the alert up, add it in. And any lead that has that hashtag or has that hashtag added will have this alert built out for them. It's a good way, right? Those leads with, instead of no market reports, why not no search alerts? Try that. All right. I said it once, I'll say it again. Guys, thank you again. You all have a great day. You stay safe, you be healthy, you have a good one. You enjoy the information, use it to your own benefit. It's that magic bullet. All right, guys, have a good one.